Hello everyone, my name is Crystal and welcome to Crystalized Witchery. In today's video, we'll be discussing the different uses for salt. So there are many different kinds of salt and I'm just going to keep it between metaphysical and the physical, basically meaning there's kitchen salt and there's Himalayan salt. So we're going to keep it that simple for this video, but if you want to know the different types of salt and exactly what they're used for, let me know in the comments below. But to keep this video nice, short, sweet, and simple, it is used for purification. So Himalayan salt is mainly used for the cleansing and absorbing negative energies. Salt, like regular kitchen salt, maybe sea salt, is used for banishing. If I have an environment I know is very toxic and I just want to get rid of all the negative energies, or possibly if you even just moved into a new place, if you don't want the energies from the previous household, you would cleanse the area by leaving maybe bowls of salt around every corner of the house to absorb every bit of toxicity that it had in that house previously. And you could also use this by having maybe a bowl of water, so you can have salt water, just mix the two in and just leave that around every corner of maybe every room or just in the house in general. Maybe leave that for about a day, maybe even up to a week, and you can just absorb all the energies that way. It'll feel like a fresh new home, fresh new environment, whatever it is that you want. Now we have regular salt, which is used for banishing. And if you want to banish things that you know are already there, not just a possibility, that's when you would just use the regular salt. So me personally, I love using regular salt for banishing. Let's say if I wanted to create something known as portals, and no, not to another dimension, but just a doorway per se, and I use this on the actual path of a doorway. So there's like a little crease between the one room to the next, or just one space to the next, and that's where I would put the salt there, and that salt will act as a barrier, and that will be known as the portal itself. And when you put the salt there, it keeps the specific energy that you want just away. Let's do the example of work problems and home problems. You will want to do it right where the door to leave your home, to exit your home would be, and leave the salt there. So if you have home problems, all of the home problems will stay at home, and if you have work problems, all of that will stay outside. This also works if you are a parent and you want to leave all adult problems between you and your spouse or whatever it may be and away from your children. You could always use the salt right on the border of your bedroom if that's where you know majority of the problems lay. So once you leave that room, you no longer have that energy and you're able to move forward, and you can deal with your children or whatever other situations there might be outside of your bedroom and leave it there. I know that some people even have like salt lamps, and there are some battery operated ones. The battery operated ones are great if you have them obviously away from water, but in your bathroom. I always think that when you are going to shower, that's a great way of a cleansing ritual where you get to clean all the negative energies off of your body, and that would be great if you had like a Himalayan lamp in your bathroom to absorb everything that you are spewing through the water itself. So Black Witch's salt is something that is very popular as well. Black Witch's salt kind of does the same thing. It's more for protection though. So if you have Black Witch's salt, you'll want to put it maybe at the rims of your doorways. Use it in like nearby the windows, right on the ledge, and that will be used to protect your home from any harm as well. You can also wear Black Witch's salt. So if, let's say, pretend this was a little spell bottle, I can fill that little spell bottle with Black Witch's salt and I can carry it around me as a form of protection. Anyone that wishes bad energy towards me, it will be absorbed within the Black Witch's salt and protect me from any harm. Black Witch's Salt could also be used at the base of any of your spells, especially if you're doing jar spells. I would put a layer of Black Witch's Salt right at the bottom, just to make sure that nothing can penetrate the spell, no outside source, and your spell will be protected and it would do what it needs to do. I personally also use Black Witch's Salt as the base of a lot of my banishing spells. Let's say if I'm doing a nightmare spell jar or just nightmare powder, which is something that I do personally as well. If you want to know how to make nightmare powder, please let me know in the comments below and I would do a tutorial on how to make that. But that's kind of like my base. I mix a lot of Black Witch's Salt with some other herbs to make my nightmare powder. And just as a last note, I love using salt personally because you could also use it in food. I mean kitchen salt. So if you are cooking something and you use salt anyways, what better way than to enchant that salt, so whenever you put it in food, it will banish the negative energies inside that person. Let's say if they're suffering from depression or anxiety, whoever eats your food will be able to absorb little by little everything that they're dealing with, and through the process of food will be able to get rid of it. Salt can also be used for purifying. So if you have specific crystals that you feel like have absorbed a lot of bad energy, you can have a little bowl of salt and then dip your crystals there and just leave them maybe overnight or however long you want to leave them for, to absorb and recharge your crystals, as well as your candles, because candles can absorb negative energy as well. That pretty much sums up this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, so if you have, please leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And that concludes this episode of Crystalized Witchery. So, may you lovely gems continue to sparkle.